Right, hopefully we're live. Are we? Maybe. Okay, we are. Good. Okay. So we need to have some game objects today. That actually tie all of our data together. So if we just hop into the engine. The last thing I've added is a camera, which in debug mode you can actually move around if you hold down shift with WSD, Q and E to zoom in and out. But if you build in release mode, you can't do that. It's an interesting bug. Okay. But yeah, you can see it's a pretty simple camera. So the first thing we are going to fix is have delta time calculated as part of the engine, because that actually should be done in the engine, not here. This needs to be in a state, and the state will be a singleton. So we'll have a struct called state. Yeah. And this is the state type. State does need a flick called delta time. It needs a flick called last frame, and that's all we need to actually calculate it every frame. In state.cpp, we need to include state.h. This needs to have a header guard on it, so that it doesn't get included multiple times. And then this needs to have a state defined. Maybe we should call this Jenjin state. And then we can also remove that. Yeah, that's good enough. And then we can have a state. Get state. I don't know how I feel about that. Let's just define state here. Okay. And then that should be fine. Just zero initializing everything. In engine, we call render view calculate line. Okay. So load current frame, load def time, state. Where can we get state from? Where is lost frame? That's rubbish. Okay. Perhaps we don't need last frame, because that could be stored as part of engine. Use delta to integration. State dot touchdown. Jenjin state, not state. Hopefully that works. Is that right? Let's check. if I could. Okay, so all we do is we get the current time, current frame. We set delta time to current frame, take away last frame, and then we save last frame. Yeah, that's fine. So we can actually just say Jenjin state dot delta time. That should be good enough. And then inside of our camera, we shouldn't actually calculate delta time anymore. This should be Jenjin state delta time. You don't need to do that anymore. And hopefully everything still works. It doesn't. Define reference to Jenjin state. Stream might die here. It just needs recompiling from scratch. This is the issue with setting dependencies. I'm not actually sure how many we have now. We might need one more. Which should be good. And this still works. So delta time no longer needs to be done as part of camera. Which means we shouldn't need these anymore, and hopefully it still works. Still works. So we just simplified the camera more. We could probably ditch a function call. We can say if camera dot empty function is false. We just change it to false, and hopefully this doesn't run many times. It should only run when it needs to. Missed a semicolon somewhere. Where? Yes, did I not save? I didn't save. Okay, that actually looks correct. Yeah, that's right. Cool. We're going to update the detection when we zoom in and out. There's probably a better way to zoom in and out, and we'll look into that another time. But for now, this is just how we're going to do it. Site prediction, I would like this to be a separate function because it's a mess if it's not. Like just rather not. And this uses stuff like zoom. Zoom is private, so we'd have to make zoom public, and it would just start to be a bit more of a mess. We can ditch this constructor possibly. I'm not sure. Which function is this? This is camera from. Can we do that? I'm not sure. Camera will let us do this. Or are those invalid and crashes? No, it lets us do that. So you just construct two constructor calls. This doesn't actually need to be further away anymore, I think. It does. So I guess that's sort of like outside index. Sure. Okay. So I think it's good there. We should have a far plane somewhere. So that's too far away, but if I make it 100, it might be just about too far away. Nope, if I make it 101, I think it's too far away. Yeah. Because we have an ortho, and our far clip is 100, so anything past 100 it doesn't render. Makes sense. Stream bitrate is lower than recommended. Oh, it's really, really low. I'm not sure if I can do anything about that. Oh, I think I can. Stream. 2500. 2500 is not the right one. You want 6800. Are you gonna start streaming 6800? I guess we'll just see. If not, I click the stop streaming and press stream again. We'll see. Do let me know if the stream quality is absolutely dying, but it shouldn't matter too much. I think it seems happy enough. Okay, I just restarted the stream connection and it should be less upset. Okay. So we really should make that another option. But this is a debug option, so meh. That's fine. Okay, moving on to game objects. We need a office. I did not press the right button. We probably could use Pragma throughout this code base, but it shouldn't matter too much. Why did you do that? Okay. We need a game object. This needs to be in the Jenjin namespace. So now we have our game object. We probably don't need too much here. Like we could. No, we should really. Component slash. What do we want in components? Transform. Okay, so we have a transform. Just, I actually can't remember what these are called. I think it's preprocessor guards. Okay. So we could do that, or we could use GLM vec3 and those. I'd rather just use glm.hpp position. We'll use a vector here for rotation as well. We will actually run into gimbal lock with that technically, but it shouldn't matter too much. This could probably be a vector since we're in 2D. I hope we're not rotating in 3 axes, because it's going to be a mess if we do. Do you want to give the user that choice though? Probably not yet. No. This could be that's good enough. Does transform need anything else? And also, why is that not necessary? That is necessary. Yeah, it's not enough. How strange. Okay. So our game object needs a transform. What do we even want in private? We probably want an ID. Okay, so we could have a vector that. Okay, we'll have to look into that. I'll show you that in a second. What else do we need? We need a mesh. But we already have a mesh. What is our mesh actually do at this stage. Our mesh and our mesh data are completely separate. So let's look at how we even use this. We create some mesh data and we add a mesh. It creates the mesh, I think. Yeah. And mesh. And we calculate all this stuff. So it's kind of a mess. Our add mesh actually just takes in mesh data and creates mesh by itself, which works, I guess. I mean, we can do it. Perhaps no, we won't do that. Yeah, okay. So realistically, we want this to have a slightly different structure in the future because I do want to implement behaviors for components. This isn't going to be an entity component system engine, but I'm just naming them components as things that it should have. Just because it sort of clicks in my brain. It might be renamed later, but for now. Okay. Right, so we have a transform. Do we want this class? We'll just give it a mesh for now. Oh, what just happened? Can we can move this. Okay, we just need to rename some of these. Seems complaining, which makes sense. Any more errors? Yep. Are you are in scene.c3. I do need to get something like trouble working. Where is this? Shapes. We were happy or okay, so our game object can have image. This actually be mesh data, technically. Okay, so you have a game object. We include game object.h. If I could type. Okay, what do we need for a game object? We need game object constructor. And then we have a bit of a choice here. How we manage memory. For now, I'm going to do it in a really efficient way where we just imagine nothing is ever deleted out of the engine. It's not a good way to do it, but it should work for now. So our scene will actually not store meshes anymore directly. Let's think about how we do this. We just have an add mesh function. Our add mesh takes in a mesh data. And this actually stores a mesh and the vertices and the indices. And then when we build, we take that data and launch it in. Okay. There's no batching or anything, so this logic is pretty simple here. We will now have a standard vector of game object. Okay. So let's see if we can have a void add game object. This should not be doing that. No, it should be. How do we want to allocate stuff? So we could either That's gonna be a lot of cloning otherwise. Let's do it like this, where we just take references. What are you on about? Okay. Okay, we can't do that apparently. That's fine. I'm just checking up points anyway. Okay, so we have game object dot. Why do we have nothing? Because I should be doing this. We still have nothing. Is that an idiot? We're mesh and transit. Okay, so when we build, I guess we should be saying for game object this add mesh to game object mesh. This is still a really bad way to do this, but I'm not sure how we should actually handle that. Let's think it through a little bit more. Okay, so we have if I stop doing that, our scene. And realistically, we could have, just for demonstration, a build scene type. We won't actually have this in the engine because it's just copying a lot of data for no good reason. But just for illustration purposes, we'll have two different types. So our scene needs to have game objects. It takes those game objects. And what do we need on the other side? We need game objects. No, that won't work. How are we doing this at the moment? We're going through every mesh. Can we go through each game object? Or is this a barrier? This is actually completely invalid. Is that even a thing? That's not even a thing. Okay, so so to stop confusing things, I would actually rename this to mesh data. And then it's slightly clearer what's actually going on here. So the problem we have is that we have our game objects, which contain the mesh data, and a transform. But we still need to keep all of this data together. So we need our game object to essentially get a mesh appended to it. So the messy way of doing it is we could actually have a mesh with an optional pointer pointing towards the game object. But I don't really like that approach. We could have the game object pointing to a mesh. I feel like that's less silly. That is actually correct. So when we actually go through and build our scenes, actually no, we do want to do this for game object, for every game object. We want to add the mesh. Our add mesh doesn't actually return anything. Can you have, you can overload function parameters, but can you overload return types? Mesh I don't want any actual different characters. Okay. Their return type cannot be overloaded. Which maybe add mesh row pointer. And this will not do any of that. That's silly. Add mesh rep pointer. Can it do it for us? No, it can't. Okay. And this should be a mesh pointer. This should be called add mesh. Yep, get the bat, return mesh pointer. That's fine. Okay, so we now have a mesh. We set it to mesh, and we're happy. We can now, I think, iterate through every game object. That's not my intention. For no. Okay, so we have a mesh now. What do we do with this mesh now? So this is messy to do. Implement caching model matrix. So this will actually be okay, this is going to be really messy. Can't remember if these I do. Okay. Okay. Oh, do we have to do that for every single? We did end up with. Yeah, I think it'd be this one. Okay. Let's think about what we're doing now. We set the model, the shader, and then we draw it. I'm just gonna reload this. Yep, no, just copy paste that. And in an ideal world, everything will work, and it doesn't. Oh, okay. That's because we aren't actually drawing any game objects. So, do we have an API for creating game objects? No, we don't. Do we have a constructor that needs to be put in? Yes, we do. Okay. Let's see. This needs to take in some mesh data. I think that's our constructor. Good. Maybe. We do want some functions to modify data. We don't want to have to do that. We set transforms, we set mesh, we set mesh data, we set position, we set rotation, translate. Okay, we don't need these two. I'll look at that in a second. This is related to. I don't need to set ID. Yeah, good enough. Okay. I'm not actually showing you again, I'm just CPU. And then this needs to be a little bit different. AD game object. after the object. Let's just keep allocate it for now. Can you pass in left paddle mesh, please? Okay. So that does actually work. Let's actually change this to game object. That actually works because it's an implicit conversion. That is horrible. I hate that it does that. Okay. I'm honestly kind of upset that that works. What's your problem? I'm honestly kind of hoping it stops working. It's just gonna keep working. Okay. Jenjin add game object. Did we ever actually define that? No, we didn't. Can we in place back instead so that we aren't duplicating, for example? Okay. Are we happy? No. Why are we unhappy? Perhaps we should just ignore models in there. Okay. Still doesn't work, which is because we aren't doing that. We do actually want some sort of model. We have one of them. Why do we have one? Okay. Maybe we do need an ID. Which we can't actually do from here. Our ID needs to be we need to fill in the ID, so let's call it fill in ID. Terrible naming. We'll come back to it another day to modify the API a little bit. When we add it here, we need to. We have our model, which is an identity matrix. We set it, and then we render. And then we need to fill in the ID when we add the game object. Oh, that's wrong. Okay. Yeah, we need to fill in the, yeah. And we should be able to print out our ID soon now. If I remember correctly, you don't even need a visibility identifier. You don't even need a class, maybe? Yeah, we just need structure, I think. At which point we need this. Yeah, so we are rendering two game objects. What if we don't add our right paddle? It works. If we add just our right paddle, it works. If we add our right and our left panel, it doesn't work. Why? That's actually a really strange thing to run into. Huh. I don't quite know why it's happening. Hmm. So I would just like to do that for some experimentation. Just see if our model image even works. Okay, we can't see it at all. Okay, that makes sense because we aren't ever actually initializing that memory. So where do we need to be? Game object. Oh, wow, that's impressive. I don't think there's anything else that should be uninitialized. Okay, that sort of works, I guess. It's rotating not in the way I expected, but it is rotating. Good enough for now. Maybe it depends what this actually does. What is this? Matrix? No. Builds rotation matrix. Hmm. What if we don't normalize it? Just out of curiosity. Nothing interesting. How do you rotate in two axes? Yeah, I suppose that was silly. Rotation in 2D is on. Yeah, that was silly. Okay, this should be float. Transform.rotation should also be a float. That's also silly. Could still leave this note in here. Why was that ever like this can just be 0.0 after that. Okay, let's try this. Float rotation in 1 in 14. Let's see if we can do that. Okay, it still looks horrific. Don't know why it's down there. Probably not gonna find out. It seems like we're probably rotating. What if we do that? Imagine different. Yeah. Okay. That's something to investigate another time. Actually, is that... That's a Hmm. How does it end up over there? Oh wait, hang on a minute. This isn't how it works anymore. Our quads shouldn't have positions. They're all in. They should all be in local space, but they're in. They already have positions attached to the vertex data, which is so wrong. Okay. What can we even do about that? Before, when we weren't using local space, can CodePy just generate this for us? I really hope so, because this isn't going to be fun to write out. Just going to hope it's correct. Right, what's wrong with this? It's because this does not align. So where's our shapes.h? Right there. Okay, what do we want this? 0.25 and 0.3? Don't know. Okay, hope that's right. Interesting. That's not right. And it's because we aren't moving it. And also something else that's interesting, as I can tell that it's completely wrong already. Why is there still only one? Does it at least rotate correctly? No. Hmm. Maybe we should just be calling game object manually instead of relying on that sort of thing. Okay, that didn't help. I'm guessing it doesn't show up anywhere else. No. Something else that is interesting is I forgot to do that one. Maybe it, yeah, it looks right now. Because we're still only rendering the right paddle. Why are we only rendering that right paddle? How strange. When we build, we add every mesh. Where are they? They're at the right positions. Am I rendering this correctly? Maybe it's because of that weird stuff. Maybe AI was just wrong. I don't actually know why I did that. Didn't seem to make a difference to us. Okay. What could be causing that? Because that's my last thought. We go through every game object. We get its mesh. Maybe we shouldn't be doing that. Let's be very explicit here. Let's try that. We still only have one. Why? Everything's still correct here. We don't move it, that's correct. We move it, that's also correct. Why can't I move the camera thing? There we go. Also one thing I am gonna do, because it's starting to annoy me. So, come up on. Strange, makes sense. I'm guessing that's during that one. Oh well. It doesn't seem to crash, so I just want to get rid of this. And now we should just try to use it. Yeah. Okay. Why can't we render two game objects? For every game object. We've already bound the VO and UBO. It's vertex. What should be 0 and 4? 4 indices, 6 indices. Yeah, that sounds right actually. Oh. Okay. That's why. Let's see if Reddit picks up on that actually. Why do you want to send this? No, you won't get anything use out of that because I've hardly even used this program, so I'm not going to bother sending that. Maybe if I start using it more, I'll send you one. Launch program /pong /pong. Okay, let's try launch. Yep, that works. That didn't work. Let's just capture a frame immediately. Do you catch this immediately? Teardrop. You passed in 0. That's even stranger. That's not helpful. Only because I don't know what I'm doing really, but what buffer was banned this time then? Value use. I almost wonder if that's the model. That's some, not the model, sorry. I wonder if that's the projection. No, that'd have to be the model. But it's almost like this stuff just doesn't show up that one. Oh, it does. Okay. Find a buffer. That looks right. Oh. I imagine these, yes, just the shader. I don't know what that is. At vertex array. Why can't I look inside you? Is there just nothing inside of you? Okay. But it looks like the problem is that the mesh is not being built. Maybe this mesh pointer is not. Let's take a look. Okay. Last element. Yeah. Last one. We add a mesh. Oh. Yeah, we don't even like being there. Int. Int. Hello, welcome to the stream. These are both ints. Redefinition of mesh, different type. This can just be used instead. Trying to get the game engine to store game objects so that I can actually store transformation data like position, rotation, color, and everything like that along with the actual rectangles, because just drawing a rectangle isn't too useful. But it's only rendering one, and it looks like some of the data is invalid, so I'm trying to get it to do it properly. So if I just do that, not valid, don't return that, return a pointer to Elmer. Address of statement. Oh my god. What's wrong with that? Consider it. Well, you are postpaid. It's just a hobby. I'm too young to have a job at the moment, so so maybe I should be pushing this back and then getting the back of that. It's only one. What is the data doing? Base vertex is okay. Do you know something about game dev? I want stuff, but I don't know how to do it. So I definitely wouldn't start building something like a game engine. But there are some there are a couple ways. So one of the easiest ways to start is in if you know something like Python or Lua, there are tiny game engines for those. And then if you want to make something bigger, you could either build your own tools in that mini game engine, or you could try and learn something like Unity or Godot. Godot is starting to become a lot more popular, and Brackeys, one of the very popular game developer tutorial people, has picked up Godot. So it could be interesting to pick up Godot. Let's see if I can just grab it. Can I stop opening history for every single Godot? So this is the Godot engine. Um, so they're sort of starting to be a lot more popular. And it's a very lightweight game engine, as you can see. I can download it and just run it. That's not really what I wanted. Extract. Okay. So we should now have that. Godot. Obviously, if you're on Windows, it shouldn't be this much of a mess. I'm just doing it a really stupid way. But yeah, you open Godot, and you can see. Go online. Okay, there we go. And you can see. You can look at some demos. So here's someone's demo game. Install and edit. And Godot is now going to open. So you can see here's someone's game in Godot. It's quite a simple sort of structure, but it can take some time to get your head around. You can see everything's a node, so everything sort of goes off other things. I'm not a Godot expert, just to warn you. Yeah, you can see you can build proper games in Godot. But you can see they also have their own program language script. If I look at maybe the car might have some scripts. No. So the only thing I would say about Unreal Engine is that it can be really good, but it's a very heavy engine focused on graphics. But it could be okay to start with, yeah. Right, my data is getting completely invalidated here. Maybe we do just clone game objects. We can afford to duplicate every single bit memory, right? Okay. This needs to be dot. Paste it there instead. This needs to be a reference. We add the mesh. That doesn't work. Oh my god. Because this gets duplicated. Add mesh takes it in. No, that is. Let's look at these change to. No, they do not. Okay. That's a mess. Let's try some. Okay. This needs to include game object.h, game object. Okay. Let's. What do we have? Mesh data is a null pointer. This ID is equal to -1. Okay, we don't have one. Actually, I need to do that to be fair. The mesh is just a null pointer. And the transform is at position 0. And there's no. What is wrong with you? It's because you went up. And transform. That's fine. Okay, let's see if you'll chill out. You won't. Game object, game object, game object, game object. Why is that undefined? I added it. Recompile again. Right. Still doesn't work. Cool, cool, cool. So it's nothing to do with the constructor. To be fair, it makes sense. It's nothing to do with the constructor. These values aren't changing, so it means it's not live memory contraption, most likely, unless it is right for a single frame. No, don't make me. Ah, it's too late. Okay. Let's recompile again. Okay, so it's nothing to do with that. We need to generate a mesh. Okay. So we create mesh, and then we save it. Yeah, see, that's what I was worried about, because this is a copy. I don't know whether that's true or not. I think since it's a reference, it shouldn't be true. I don't know what to do here. Maybe. Okay. Let's look at our debug logging. Okay. Base vertex 0. There's 0. And there's 4 vertices and 6 vertices. Yeah, that's right. So the data's right there. Right after it's created. And then do I actually need to check up on some of that? Actually, we need to. No, I don't. That's okay. Okay. When we build them, okay. Try printing it. Okay. Let's see. These are actually. Here it is. What do we see? 3 times? Yeah. And it's valid all the way through. Let's see what you say now. You're all valid. Oh, hang on. Okay. Ooh. This has actually become really bad. It seems like the mesh is getting corrupted. Mesh null pointer is false. And then we print it and we go to print the next one, which. What? It should be one at that point, surely. No, because we're building at that point. Okay. Huh. Wait, but that's really strange now. So we print the first one, and that's fine. And then we go to look at the second one, and we crash. Which makes sense, I suppose. Yeah, just continue. But he'll do that one crash now. Oh. You are really that grumpy. Oh, wait. I think I know what it is. Okay, so what do we have? Um, let's try this. Huh. Okay. That's really strange now. Let's just try that out. That's too grumpy. Okay. Just Langu? Langu. I don't know if there's actually anything else to resize. 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 Interesting. Okay. Further is that good chance. I thought these vectors were getting reallocated, and when they got reallocated, I thought that that would mean the pointers changed, which means you read garbled data, which means it's all invalid. Apart from the latest one, which happened after we added the mesh, which resized the vectors, which means the pointer for that one would be valid. Okay. Okay. So game objects. We could have a mesh ID. Jesus, this is messy though. This needs to return in. And this returns a mesh set big one, yeah. And then okay. Let's try it. I don't think it's gonna work, to be honest. 99. Let's see what it done. See. Yeah, that's fine. Default constructor. And that worked. Okay, that's actually really quite annoying, but that's the solution. Or at least the solution we have at the time. Because it's not a good solution at all. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I don't like that. And if we don't set the paddle's position, we should have it in the center. Yeah. Okay. Let's try actually applying rotation again. Oh, that works. Okay. That's such a good surprising. Cool, cool. Okay. So game objects seem to function. Let's see if we can have. Let's not do that. In fact, let's try one more thing. Okay, keeping in mind that our game engine is currently incredibly inefficient, but yeah, it does work. But my main query is that if we interesting include function. This might be a bad idea to use functions, but we got it. Okay. And then what do we do in our render, which happens when we launch? Yeah. Render. What would I call it? Hmm. Any issue with that at all? No? Okay. Let's just grab everything in here by reference. If w key. Okay. Just get key. Okay. We have it. If press W, keep this. Let me translate. Nope, not like that. We don't. Set negative back is undefined. Good point. Let's hope it looks in one function. Oh, why does translating the left paddle translate both of them? Yeah. And also, why does it go? Why do they go down? Why does this even do anything? The engine clones them, doesn't it? Oh wait, no, we do actually from the ID. Forgot about that. Okay. Where's that? Scene at line 21. So what is this? Is this where illustrator is another illustration? Okay, so this is what we actually covered in this show game on track. Okay. Wait, what? That's even weirder. They move at different paces. Why do they move at all? That works. Is translate just broken? What did I do wrong in translate? What did I do that wrong at least? No. Oh my god, the camera's moving. I'm such an idiot. Oh my god. It was just the camera's moving. I just realized. Let's put this back in. Oh god, that's embarrassing. Yeah. Okay. Jeez. Okay. That is really quite embarrassing. Also, I'm surprised this works so smoothly. That works. Can I do that? I don't think I can do that. Oh no, I can do that. Yeah, it's sticking around 60 FPS. I assume it's just issues calculating. I swear. Okay, maybe you can't do that. I'd be tempted to add IMGUI just to do that. But my main point is when we create a new window, okay, and then 0 should just say below. What? Oh, okay, works now. Translate. Can't do that. Yeah, JLM does that. Nice. And now we move pixels and pixels at a time. So let's make it 100 times faster. That's okay. And even though we're rendering it so many FPS, it doesn't matter. But we really shouldn't render at that many FPS. That's a bad idea. That's probably in a couple thousand FPS. We'll get a really sketchy log out actually just by printing it again. And last time, I think that. Okay, yeah, we're between 3,000 and 7,000 FPS. So I'm actually kind of surprised how not jittery this is, considering how much is going on. And our FPS is probably getting tanked by this as well. Do we get an 8,000? We've got an 8,000. Nice. Okay. Let's not do that. Our FPS anymore. So, so we're going down. What, like two? Space. We do negative. Segment is intended to do correct. Why don't you rotate? Set rotation. They do the same thing. Oh wait. I see. This needs to be above. This is the wrong way around. Okay. It looks wrong, but like it works. Right, obviously we don't want 45 degrees because it would look absurd. But it does kind of work. Okay. What if we just total by 1 degree? Will look stupid. Kinda. What about 2? Yeah, I like it enough for it to stay. We need to add anti-aliasing to the engine eventually. Okay. That's alright. I don't mind that. Obviously, this isn't how the engine is going to work, by the way. This is like the sketchiest. We just shouldn't be doing this. This is a bad way to do it. But it works for now. I don't mind it. Okay. So we have a pong paddle. I want to do this from lower, really. So my plan for that is I don't want standard lower. I don't think bad. Yeah, I'm not doing bad. Cool. Is steel and lower chip. I'm sure you know what lower chip is. What's that? Sports cuckoo. Don't know what that is. But it's legit just-in-time compiler for Lua. So basically, it's a lot quicker. That's what we need to get out of it. Keep in mind this benchmark should be taken with a lot of salt because it's a really sketchy benchmark that I put in a spreadsheet program for context of how sketchy it is. Just by running it from the command line and seeing what the output was. But you can see Logit compared to Lua. There's a big difference. As far as I'm aware, there's no difference between using it with MLua. But you can see it's somewhat like it's getting close to Rust. Don't get me wrong, it's not the same level as a compiled language, but it's close. There's only a 63% difference. And the reason I'm not going to use Luau is because, well, look at the difference. I'm not sure it's worth it. I just have to. I think Luajit has sandboxing features anyway, so. Sam. Thank you. Yeah, kind of BC. Yeah, that's fair. Well, yeah. So basically, huh, fair enough. Yeah, but I mean, it's probably good enough for most stupid games. We just need to be very careful about how you send bytecode. But that's not it. Teal. So Teal is a typed dialect of Lua. Do they have a demo of it? Ooh, supports declaration files. This is perfect. This is exactly what I'll have in the engine. Okay, let's close that. This is a really old non-functional game engine, by the way. This needs to be. There's a reason it's archived. Just don't even touch it. But where is it? So number one, it supports quite a lot of editors, which is good. Number two, it turns into Lua, like it goes from teal to Lua. And where is it? Examples, files. Good enough. You can see it has proper types. Gigabytes 2, they should have the website somewhere. That's not it. Tool Playground. So you can see they have local message, use a colon to say the type, and they say it's a string, and it says hello world, and on the right hand side is Lua, and it just says local message. Function, this is print string to print is a string, print to print. And this needs to be a local function. Okay, but if I say print string now, I pass it 1, argument got into express a string. And now if I pass a message, it works. So I print it in a minute, it works. You can see it doesn't like printing that stuff. Obviously, when it compiles to Lua, it will just compile to Lua, but you still get the type checking, and that's what I care about. And then I can just load it into LuaJIT, which is sandboxing and pretty good speed. And you can see it also has some fancy features. Function, go direction. Let's call it move. Is a direction. We'll just print out our okay. And it gets enough that if I do that, it doesn't like it. String is not a member of direction. But if I type north now, it means it's valid. I like it. And they have more stuff like generics, obviously, maps, records. It's all in there. So I want to embed tooling. And then just using the LuaJIT API. Okay. Do we still need to do this? We should be fine. Yeah, we're fine. We'll just like to grab a recording of this. Right, okay. Let's see. Stream health is happy now. Finally have the right bit rate for it. Which means you're ready for another stream at some point. I think I missed the window of time. It's 5 AM, so yeah. Let's see if we can have okay. Okay. Yes. What does the dot reserve? Does it actually reserve extra stuff? Does it reserve install 1,000 elements or 1,000 ones which are already in the vector? Huh? Add to the specified. Okay. I think that's what got resized just then. Still works. Still works. Yep. And then I'd like to add a constructor. Yeah, do that. No matter constructor. Really? So what is it? Oh wait, these aren't references. Yeah, happy now. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it, right? I don't mind that. I think we're right. Okay. And then ooh. Do we have a pool in the middle? Yes, and it's horrible. Okay. So that's something we need to fix. It's very much so dependent on how wide the window is. Okay, what do we call launch with? Yeah. But we call it 800 by 800. And adds it. Yeah. I think it looks a bit more square now. Okay. That's fun. Um, how would that actually work? I'm not sure. So basically, I want to replicate everything I'm going to do here in Lua eventually for a Lua API. But for now, I'm just going to do it in C++. I'm going to say, no, not saying it. Ball velocity. Yeah, translate it. Should move very slowly. We should probably start it moving this direction. I should come and hit this paddle. I mean, obviously it's just gonna go through it, but yeah. Okay. What are we doing? The one that's moving a little bit faster. A little bit faster still. That's better. Okay. Check for ball collision with reflecting. yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah, is that right? Oh, that's right. That's wrong as well. That needs to be like that. That's right. Okay. Okay. I now bounce world collision with fabulous and store into the pigs. And then we have in sports it's 0. Okay. Shouldn't be getting any score. That pedal doesn't do anything at all. Oh god. What do you think about that? How do we do that? I don't actually know. I mean, like, I know what I want to do, but I don't know if it's buffering. Battle hit time. Makes me wonder. Oh wait, hang on a minute. Wait, how you do? How did I do that last time? Okay. Yeah, therefore. Oh, I see. Hmm. Hmm. This isn't right. Okay. Number one. Alright. Maybe we're gonna put it wrong. Now he's slightly more animated. Oh. That's not good. Okay. That's definitely interesting. Okay. More interesting things to deal with. Okay, walls. I put this in new scope. Some of these in separate scopes. Really? What if I make you really slow? You still keep up fine. And you're somehow moving in that direction, but having. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the wrong way around for some reason. Don't even know what happened there. Okay. No. Okay, that's broken. Oh, it's not quite right. It's buggy. Like, it works. Let's just close up the engine for now. We're working on Pong now. No more engine stuff. Okay, we'll probably need the engine to be honest, but we can pretend that there isn't a whole engine that's gonna make me cry. So yeah, so what you've missed is hours and hours and hours of me struggling to make a game engine. Because this isn't, like, for example, you can't just call draw rectangle. We can in my game engine. Kind of. Like, you can't call draw rectangle, but you can call functions to draw rectangles. So you create something called game objects in my engine, so each of these things are game objects. So you can see I have Jenjin game objects, a left paddle, a right paddle, they're quads. I set the positions. I create a ball, that's another quad. I create a scene, I add it to the engine and activate it. I have a ball velocity and score. every time I render to the screen, this function gets called where I reset the rotation of the paddles. If I'm pressing these keys, then move it up and down and set the rotation to get this fancy effect. Where it, like, yeah, you see the fancy effect. And then we move the board, and there's all this fancy stuff, but like it looks really simple until probably it's not that bad, but that is 590 lines of code. Let's see how many the actual engine is. The actual engine is 533 of those lines of code. Okay. Oh, it's still so buggy. It wouldn't be quite so bad if the FPS wasn't running at thousands. What did I disable that? Stop. No, it's running at thousands of FPS. That's probably don't do. Stop doing that. There we go. Now it's not quite so chaotic when it does this. But yeah, welcome to the wonderful Pong stream. That's what it's turned into, just building Pong. You joined just in time to miss all the pain. Let's boost the speed of the AI. Really should have constants for this. Okay, the AI is now freaking out. Right, that's going to make it worse, isn't it? That's worse, I think. Okay, so the problem I need to do now is no, no. Let's just ditch that. Let's ditch these. What are you angry about? So you don't have a bracket. Oh, dot set position. No. Stop that. Behave. Okay, that should actually solve the problem. When the AI still glitch as hell, that does not solve the problem. Because I forgot about them. Stop that. Okay, but if it goes behind a paddle, which it won't for the AI, then it teleports it back. I'm almost tempted to leave the AI like that. Just because it's kind of funny. The biggest problem now is that if it bounces and I jam my paddle into it, there you go, 13 score all of a sudden. You can increase your score like mad just by jamming your paddle into it. I couldn't do it then. But yeah, it's not right. And this definitely made it worse. Okay, that made it worse. That made it. Okay. It's not right either way. That's fun. That's fun. Everything is fun. Hmm. Oh. Oh, that's wrong. I'm kind of impressed that works. We know it makes sense. But why is that never right? Yeah. Okay, this is actually what I wanted. So we're running at about 10 FPS now. Or at least functionally. Yep, we're going inside that paddle. Okay. ALA for right paddle, collision with paddles. Okay. It's more like 10 UPS. Okay, it's right now. And it goes inside that one as well. What? If its position is less than that, let's go to that. Or it's... What? Okay. I guess take that 2 out. And just to save us some time, let's start that in the other direction. Which we should probably do anyway, so the player gets some time to chill. And that actually bounces off the paddle properly. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we can make the game run at full speed if I hold down space. Oh. Oh, isn't that lovely? We found ourselves a new bug. Whoever thought Pong would be a pain? Should I put plus equals or not? Ah, losing my place already. This is a horrible code base. So realistically, the ball shouldn't be fast enough to even do that. So um, okay. Let's see if we can even break this now. Okay, doesn't want to break. That was interesting. Okay, I'm gonna freeze it and okay. What the hell? I'm gonna freeze it and it breaks. Yeah. That can just be a float. Tiny fence and stuff. Hmm. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, put that in there. Put space there because it's fancy. Really? Oh wait. Right. AI. Right. Pad velocity. Okay, it should be moving. Really? Why? Wait, what? Why's that happening? Oh yeah, because we didn't make it all the way down there. Oh, I see. Oh, what the hell? Why is the AI worse? What? Oh, it's really unresponsive. It's 0.2 seconds behind. Well, it's doing something interesting now. It's not really what I wanted to do. And the lower I get this number, the more jittery it's going to be. Okay. Am I still streaming? YouTube is showing some buffering. Yes, I think. Will it work? Yeah. We're fine. Just YouTube Studio down. Quadratically as well. Right. What was the issue we found? Oh yeah, that. Okay. And then I still want to say, right, paddle velocity is greater than 0, then um then we want to say and if it's the right way around or not. It's not. It's interesting. It means the AI brain is a bit stupid. And if we do that, it probably has like no brain at all. I'd be incredibly surprised if it can even play. Yeah. It doesn't know what it's doing. Far too much delay. Even 0.1 is being a little bit mean. Alright, let's go at full speed though. A little way. I don't know if you can feel. And then something that would make this a little bit less horrible is that we say right, I don't let's if ooh, no, yeah. Right, paddle velocity. Right, so once it crosses the halfway line, it kind of gives up. That or we could just say stop making decisions. The easiest way to do that is to lock AI's decisions. Oh god, which might be a really bad idea because they pick up the screen. Go on, you can make it. No, you can't. Oh well. Go on. Okay, the ball was too slow for that. Let's see if we boost the ball speed. Just need to make sure Nope. Okay. Oh, don't know why he did that. Okay, let's just see if it gives the AI brain a little bit of time to chill. Yeah, it gives the brain a little bit of time to chill. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, okay, that needs to be solved. Set position. Hmm. Um, Surely it's out of bounds when it hits that wall over there, though. Oh no, 'cause it's getting stuck in the paddle. There's times since I guess maybe it doesn't work on the paddle. Maybe it's because of that. I think I forgot to put that in. No, you still managed to clip it through. How are you doing that? Don't understand. Okay. Yeah, so can I hit it there? Yeah, what was that? It doesn't even look like an issue there, so. Yeah, like what is that? Oh wait, that shouldn't. Why would that have a checking up? Okay, so it's not glitching in and out anymore. Where did I put my paddle? Oh, paddle. Hmm. To be fair, these shouldn't happen. 1, 1. Wait, what? 1, 1, 2. Really? What? Yeah, that's pretty. What? Why is it so low? Hmm. Is it this? No. And you're trying to tell me. So how does that end up at 0 again? Alright, so. Right, just the Jesus Christ. Okay. Out of the wall, out of the wall. Out of the wall, out of the wall. Okay, they will go out the wall. Great. Okay, so it's on the rightmost. Right, 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 right. Okay. Static float balances. Interesting. Da, 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 da. Oh, I see the issue. Okay. Da, 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 da. Okay, seems like it works. Jesus. And we should be let's just dump this symphony. It should still work. Yeah. Okay. Jenjin state for some reason does not store the window that exists. Probably a good idea. Okay. Game objects. What are you doing? That didn't look like it worked. Oh right, I forgot to do this. Oh. You can actually see. That's a really interesting point of view. Okay. Okay, that works. That doesn't really work. basic farm. Not breaking yet. It is getting late, 6 a.m. or early, which is just as bad, if not worse. Okay. What did I do? Install. Okay. Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? We need to actually update the score. So just go Alright, we got score 1. If we miss, we got score 0. Just lost our score. And now we die. Okay. Actually activate the scene. This is the game scene. Number of options. Oh, yeah. Okay. Which is why we should have update functions. Okay. That's enough for tonight. We'll have update functions tonight. Is this enough to actually upload to GitHub? I think so. Okay, let's record this a little bit.